Yo, this T.I. and 50 Cent beef or back and forth is corny and lame. Think about this. This derives from a versus battle or a potential versus battle. T.I. wanted to battle 50 Cent catalog for catalog. And at the very moment, I knew that it wouldn't work because is that something anyone wants to see? Think about it. It's two different type of artists. Yeah, they both got hits, but it's not something that intrigues you. At least not for me. I understand competition, but all this nonsense goes back to that very moment. And at the time, I was asking myself, does T.I. know who he is? Accomplished artist, multiple classic records, Grammy, high cultural influence to a degree, a strong catalog, Southern hip hop legend. So the question becomes very simple, at least for me. What's the reason? What's the fixation of wanting to battle or do a versus with 50 Cent of all people? I believe Buster jumped out there and said he would do it with him. Why not do it with Buster? Why 50 Cent? And to this very day, I don't understand it. And look where it got us, or them, at this lame juncture. Like, it's crazy how far this has gone for no reason. Two grown men, and they keep attempting to push the battle. Interview to interview, Ti is speaking about it, and the reason why we're here is because, at least for me, it's two different mindsets. Ti's approach is very simple. He wants to prove himself, right? Uh, he's into challenging. He wants to show people who he is. In fact, he ran with the King of the South for quite some time, right? That was his moniker, his title, self-proclaimed. He has a competitive pride. I understand that. And he wants to seek recognition through battle. At least at the time, that's what I thought. Now we're here, and he has an album attached. Now it looks even more puzzling, or feels more puzzling. 50 Cent's approach is what has been business building by any means necessary, entertainment, empire expansion, not music per se, film and television production, branding power. Look at all his posts. It's always branding or tagging the businesses that he's affiliated with or owns, and ignoring musical confrontation to a degree. He'll go back and forth with an artist, but not musically. And why everybody acting so dumbfounded as to why 50 Cent won't respond via music. When's the last time he's done that? I think a lot of us are just stuck in a particular moment or a time and place where 50 was going back and forth, airing people out on mixtapes or albums, or doing whole mixtapes dedicated to a beef. Now he's transitioned to something that many don't like, which is memes and trolling, because it all comes back to his approach, branding. He'll go back and forth with you, but the idea is just to get eyeballs on his product. So for Ti to keep wanting the versus battle and going back and forth with him is counterproductive because he's never going to do it. He'll engage, but he's going to do it on his terms. And that's why we're at this point now, because no one is reading the room. Is it really worth it? They're playing two different games. Now we've gotten to a point where lines have been crossed. Nasty work. And we can reverse engineer the whole process, right? 50 putting up a photo of that man's wife was corny to me. I just didn't understand it. I understand, comic relief and people like to play around, and that's not a photo that was an exclusive. People have probably seen it already. But is it really that important, or do we really have to go that far? People laugh at this type of behavior. Like, I laugh at certain things, but certain things are just off limits, and I find that to be kind of corny. And now it's escalating beyond music. You have T.I.'s son speaking out, and T.I. doing music videos with the family in it, and it's too much over a versus battle. Think about this. All he wanted was a versus battle, and he spoke about it. I don't know how many years now. It hasn't come to fruition, and he's yet to move on from it. And I'm not taking sides or picking sides. I just think it's corny and lame on both their behalf that we've gotten this far. And at one point, the conversation has to shift. Hip hop competition is one thing, but family involvement, nah, I'm not with it. I'm just not with it. Once it reaches that level, what's the point of a diss record? Because now T.I. has done diss records, and a lot of people feel as though it's to sell records. Now, if that record doesn't sell, was it worth it? Not gonna get the versus battle. That's over. So we have two individuals who have decided to engage in battling with two different mindsets. and no one is going to win. And for all those people who are trying to position this like some or East Coast South situation, it's not, because none of you were talking that when Ti was jumping on the stage at the Hip Hop 50th uh, anniversary or the concert at Yankee Stadium in New York, which was spearheaded by a New York rap icon, Nas. So let's stop that rhetoric too. We got to grow up, man. Everything in region versus region. This is just an unfortunate situation that has gotten out of hand because of one person wanted one thing, another person wanted to acquiesce, and now we're here. And now it's lame, corny. I'm not rolling with it. I'm all for battling. I'm all for putting words on the pad, recording. But when you're battling through verses and someone else is battling through posting images and videos, where are we going? This is beyond hip hop. And when I mean beyond, it's not a good thing. It's gone too far. And that's the problem with modern day battles or beef, for lack of a better term. We now live in a time where conflict, creates engagement, and engagement in the sense of social media or numbers, or drama seems to, move faster than music itself. Social media rewards tension, back and forth, nonsensical behavior, controversy. Algorithm going to push that. Fans celebrate conflict. Think of all the narratives that have been created just from this back and forth because people want to see a battle. But let's read the room once again. There will be no battle. Not musically. I don't see it happening. 50, his mind isn't on music. And doing the versus battle, I really don't understand why that meant so much to people. That has run its course. Versus pretty much was what it was because we were confined to homes and we couldn't really do anything, right? Now people back on the road, doing Vegas residencies, going on tour. I'm really not understanding. It just doesn't make sense, at least for me. T.I.'s a businessman, so I think he should really let that go and understand and read the room, Because what does this produce long term? Does it create better music? Does it strengthen your artistic legacy? Does it push hip hop forward? Because at the end of the day, that's always on my mind. Is it going to push the culture forward? Or does it just simply generate temporary attention? Because 50 he don't have an issue going back and forth. We got the Jim Jones situation going on. He'll go back and forth with T.I. and then, not too long ago was going back and forth with Papoose. And at the end of the day, it feels as though he is one of them individuals that's going to do what he wants to do. He's not going to fold and give the people or the naysayers or the contrarians what they want. He's going to play the game the way he wants to play it. And I'm going to keep saying it goes back to a versus battle. It's not that serious. We have to move on from this, man. It doesn't make sense. Hip hop was built on competition that sharpens skill versus skill. But when you're playing two different games, you're playing by two separate sets of rules. It's a hamster wheel situation. You're going nowhere. And that's the difference. This is equally immature on both hands. This is not a New York versus the South situation or Atlanta situation. It's not. We need to pack that up too, man. That's over with, man. Anytime people don't see eye to eye, region versus region. No, it's not. It's just two individuals who don't seem to be on the same page, and now it's gone too far, and now we're here. People overall, in general, just like to see battles, and they like to see people act out. They want to be entertained, and the fact that we find this entertaining is a bit mind-boggling to me, and it's disheartening because it's crazy. Families on display saying all types of craziness over a versus battle. That never happened. It's not like it happened. Somebody lost and we had a sore loser. It never even took place. And look where we at. Maybe they should stay away from each other because at the end of the day, they both have their own legacies. I don't think this is going to take away from it, nor will it add to it. So once again, it's pretty much pointless. And I don't understand why so many people are pushing this narrative as if this is needed. It's not. T.I. didn't need this. And 50 doesn't need it, and he knows it. 50 hasn't been active musically in how long? And I'm talking about projects. A verse here and there doesn't mean that you're active, you know? So to think that he's probably going to respond to a battle, I don't know. I don't get it. I wouldn't get my hopes up. But I just wanted to state that this whole situation is very immature, man. It's very immature. It's lame. And it just doesn't speak or show or display any maturity. Dude's nearly 50, and behaving this way. No one is perfect. Everybody falls short. But when you're in a position to at least add to the culture in a way that uplifts or the generation coming behind you can benefit from, I think we should take that role head on uh, and be elder statesmen and be the best individuals they can possibly be. But this is not it, man. This is nasty. Because what the culture actually needs is better music, stronger storytelling, artistic growth, collaboration, legacy building, and mentorship, like I stated, for the next generation. Like real power is comes from creation, not confrontation. I understand battling is part of it all. It is. That's a part of it. But look where this is going. You can't tell me this gets you excited. How? It's lame. It's gone too far. It really has. So at the end of the day, both 50 and T.I. have incredible legacies, you know, but both contributed to hip hop in their own way. 50 was, if we're gauging or comparing careers, we know when 50 came through what he possessed or how he took the game by storm. But T.I. had his run too. But this situation shows something very important. Not all promotion or attention is good. We've been conditioned to believe that all promotion is good promotion. No, it's not. No, it's not. Not when we're dealing with morals and principles. This is not it. That's just my take on it, man. But this is not a East Coast versus Atlanta or down south situation. This is just two individuals who have gone too far. They've gone too far. It's corny, it's lame. We should pack it up and move on. That's just my take. That's the way I feel. Let me know what you feel in the comment section. But remember, you can achieve anything in this world through sheer hard work and patience. God is the greatest. It's your man Ease at the Ease Experience. Go get your shit.
Hey, yo, E.